Hello everyone, we are here to take you on a journey through the behind the scenes of Abejoye. And this is a making that is not been seen before. This is exclusive, and this you won't see it in any other platform except for this platform. So as you're watching this making, please watch it with a ready heart, with a ready mind. Get your pen and a paper and jot some things down, because we're going to be opening up our style, our lighting style, and also the directorial style, the set design style, and not just only me, but with my colleagues and wonderful brothers and sisters in the field. We're going to be talking about our approach and why we chose to light the way we lit. So please open up your mind, open up your heart as we go on a journey, a 10-day journey in the filming of Abejoye. God bless you. Yes, so this is the C stand. So what we try to do is to extend the light to favor the person, people there, or the person that is seated there. So basically we use it to extend the light. So it's called the C stand. And that's going to be the tool that we're going to be using to light this sitting room. Because we want to create a gloomy sitting room, a dark sitting room, gloomy and kind of mystical setup. This is our fog machine that we use to create fog. To just show that Abejoye is a foggy person. So if I'm using short deck, what I do is that if I want to shoot like a bluish scene, so I'll just type, come and check, come and see. So I'll just type, I'll go to short deck, I'll just type blue lighting, and it loads up and it gives me different instances of blue lighting. So I say, okay, let me try this one now, for example. Now I click on it to just see how it looks like. Okay, so if this is what I'm going for, if this is the style I'm going for, I say, okay, let me check if there are other styles that looks like this. So I'll come back to short deck. And check for other styles, similar styles. So this is just to give me ideas or inspiration on how to light a scene. So it can be of help. I just got introduced to the site. So before I used to, everything is all thinking and personal research. But when you have some other sites, I just thought to share that this could be of help to us. Yes. So these are the shots we go, brethren. Brethren, these are the shots we go. So wide shots is going to be the introductory shot, starting from the wide. Because here it says, in the evening, inside the house of Abejoye, he's laid on the chair. That means I assume that he's sitting on that chair. His hands are still contorted and his mouth still wide open, closing at interval in an attempt to speak, but he cannot. His wife, full of desperation and anger, manifesting on her face, sits by his side, trying to feed him with solid pap. She calls her son loudly. Okay, now, this is my own interpretation of the scene, because the director will come and might change it. But my own interpretation before the director comes is the scene starts, boom. We are starting from there, tracking in slowly, wide shots. So we are seeing Abejoye, profile of wide shots. From the side, it's moving like this, it's staying like that. His wife is in front, all right? We're establishing that it's coming slowly. Then we cut. That's how we introduce the scene. So it's a tracking introduction. What we've been trying to do so far was to motivate lights. So for this light here, this lantern, we use this as our motivation. So this is not actually lighting anything because it's not strong enough to light. So this was placed behind the lantern to motivate this place. Then for his backlight here, if you look at the shot, close-up shot, you will think the light is coming from this lantern, creating a backlight. So what we did was that we brought another light here There's another light at the corner there. You go and check the light there. You will see that there's a light there. Come on, show them the light. Show them the light. You seen it?
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, so there's a light there that's coming from there, and lighting this place and lighting this backlight, and that was the motivation for this lantern. Yeah, the same thing. This practical light. This is called a practical light actually. So there's another light there too, but the light is no longer there. Check. Show the final look
On the screen.
on the screen. All right. So that's the final look on the screen. Okay, now.
Bring it out.
Yeah.
And that one also. That one out like this. Yes. Like that. Good. All right. Come.
Roll it. And
Action.
so we are leaving this set and we are going to the next set. And I think are we finished setting up the place?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. So
Sir,
they finished
yes,
setting
sir.
up the place.
Okay.
All right. So
Yes.
yeah, I think we are on to the next set.
Oh, okay.
Makeup. You seem to be.
Let's go.
Let's go, please. All right.
Let's go.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Can we go deeply? Let's go. All right.
Let's go.
Action.
Olú òjé ti rajà àwìn lọ́wọ́ kú o. Olú òjé ti wọlé ìjà pẹ̀rẹ̀. Ó ti tọwọ́ bọ̀ sẹ́yìn o. Olú òjé ti gbẹ́ran gbónúgún kaná. Ó ti dáná ìjà kalẹ̀.
Chetty, wọ́n ti ń download there. We are set. Keep this. All right, please. We want to decongest this place. Ẹ̀yin tí ẹ bá ní set, tí ẹ dẹ̀ sí ní crew, ẹ kàn rárá bá fi tọ̀wọ̀tọ̀wọ̀.
Lawrence, check.
Victor, what are you doing? Light. And we will call you when we need you. Just stand outside there. Tatuni, Tolu, èwo ni wọ́n gbé lọ́wọ́ ń tiẹ̀. Walkie-talkie. Bọ́ síbẹ̀ yẹn. Walkie-talkie ló mú lọ́wọ́ bá bọ́ síbẹ̀ yẹn náà. What's your name again? I forgot your name. Tolu. Tieko. Tolu 2. Thank you. Just back it then. Okay, who again? Okay, we are done. Emma Lodge, I think we are done.
Oyè balógun ìlú Ajíbógun mọ bẹ́ẹ̀ jẹ. Wọ́n sì fogun já tó bá ti jòyè. Wọ́n fogun já tẹrú tó máa Ajíbógun.
This light pattern is called just one light setup, and the light basically is just this strong backlight, all right, that was lighting the man that stood here. Okay, so the lighting is backlight, striking the wall, and the wall here bounced the light back to him. So just one light setup. So the wall was also a reflector for us because the light came from there, hit the wall, and it came back to him. One light setup. Thank you, sir. This is our chief light engineer. Yeah, so for this scene, we're trying to simulate light coming from outside. Imagine that there's a window there, light is throwing out. And so the beauty of this thing is that we have gobo. Show them what gobo is. Show them the gobo. So it's a light, it's like a light breaker so that light can pass through and hit this wall here. So you can see the effect on the wall. All right, you can see the effect on the wall. So this is going to be acting as my backlight, and it's going to be his key light. Another light will come from outside. The reason why we took the light so high is so that the shadow will go down. When the light is straight, when you light somewhat straight like that, you cast direct shadow on the wall, which can be distracting. So we take it very high and light it down so that the shadow will fall to the ground. So that's what we're trying to achieve. The idea is just to have to try to create our own source of light. So this is our strongest source of light, which is the key light coming from here. And we're trying to say this is our sun, so it's passing through the window. So Daniel will show you the fake window and the gobo that was created for this spot. So the trap will be here. The king is seated here. The wife is setting table here. He walks in, come like this.
I'm coming, sir, please.
Then we land like this. So this becomes our depth. This lantern is our depth. So we have to light from here, from outside here, and outside here. The strong light will, okay, if he's sitting here, then the strong light will come from here. What we try to do with light is to motivate light. There are two purposes of light. The secondary purpose is to illuminate the place so that we can see the actors, but the primary purpose is to tell a story. We're trying to tell a story of a village-like setting. All right, so definitely the idea is that we want to simulate light coming from outside, the sun and all that. That is why we didn't put any light inside. We only lit from outside. And so we threw. By the way, this is night. This is just 9 p.m. All right, so we have a strong light coming from outside, flushing in here. Another light at the back coming in just to give us the back light. So we have two lights basically, one from here and one from the other side. This is where the king sat, all right? So we have a tracking shot to just help us with the movement of this thing. Then the last icing on the cake was the fog machine that we introduced just to give a village-like cinematic fog. Haze, basically, not even fog. Haze gives a cinematic feel to a scene. And again, because it's a village scene, so it gives it a village look, a village feel.
So guys, please, let's get the track here.
Yes, so can we make that happen, please?
Please, camera guys, please, can you get the track here, please? We need to track from here to here. So the guy will be sitting down here.
Yeah.
And then we'll face. That will be our depth. The strong light will be coming from there. Thank you.
All right, for the record, that was the show off. for the record. That's not how it is.
All right, I'm making my cast, and there are various ways, like I said, you can make your cast depending on the number one costume. Then also you have to understand what the role is all about and the scene too, because sometimes you have a scene that you will not need to use a body mic or lavalier. You can use boom. For example, if you have a scene that has to do with handling clothes, struggles on set, to avoid unnecessary sound, so you use a boom mic instead of using body mic. But based on this cast, it doesn't have too much lines, just one line or so. And also we have different types of lapel too. The functionality. So as a soundman, it's essential that number one, you know your story, know the cast, know the scene, know what they want to achieve, what the director wants to achieve. And also, costumes also determines the types of how you mic your cast. It's not just that I know how to record sound. You should know how you get the best audio that you want to achieve. For this set, we have different types of lavalier based on the makers. Here we have Sennheiser. Sennheiser is a product. We have Boya, that's another product. Then we have Sony. We have Sony lapel. So for this set, I'm using about 5 lapels for this set. I'm using Boya, I'm using Sony, and I'm using Sennheiser. So also, we have boom mic. It's not here presently. which is NTG5. Then here I have this Zoom F8N Pro, a mixer, also serving as a recorder. It has two functionality, mixing and recording. So you attach so it's about 8 channels. And another thing about sound is your equipment is very essential. We have recorders, we have mixers. For example, this F8M Pro, it has two major ways of adjusting your volume. We have on a normal mixer, a sound mixer, we have gain, then we have volume. So the gain, it enlarges your ability of the mic to pick sound. I'm talking of the environment. We talk about richness of sound. It's just like you are cooking, you have a lot of ingredients. So the richness of sound, your equipment will determine the richness of your sound. Do research, watch a lot of behind the scenes, compare movies. Then also what I do as a soundman is when I do a work or when I'm involved in a work, I watch the movie to check the sound and see, okay, this thing, what happened? If I'm having a wrong work or maybe the audio is not as good as, okay, how do I get better? So one of the things I do, or some of the things that I do is, apart from reading, is to watch behind the scenes and also work with people that has higher experience than you are. I have a boss who I call my boss man. That's Bro Yomi. Many times I ask him questions so that I can learn more. And also, like for example, GFN now is a platform for us to learn more. I'm looking forward to learn too. So please subscribe if you have not subscribed to GFN so that you can learn more and grow in your work. Thank you so much.
This is day 3 of Abejoye. So what we're trying to achieve is the daylight scene in the night. It is easier to shoot this kind of scene inside, interior, because you're lighting from outside. But now that you're outside, it's a different school entirely. So we have 2 lights here. We have the 600, aperture 600 over there, and non-light 500. Right, so with these 2 lights, we want to see what we can achieve. First of all, from the visual, we can now know what we're going to do. You can see it's actually bright, but let's see what the camera will interpret.
So this scene is meant to be interior, day, but because we have lost daylight, so we are making an interior in an exterior. So we are all trying to do it in a way that the shadows will be eradicated. So we are thinking of using butterfly to spread the light evenly, or we shoot with just light pointing from up to down to decrease the shadows. That's what we are trying to achieve, God helping us.
So to achieve the daylight effect, what we used was a giant butterfly, and this is what they call the butterfly here. Yeah, so this is the giant butterfly. So the light is passing through and diffusing the light. So the light is passing through and it's diffusing the light. So it just looks like as if we have one big source of giant light, I'm thinking about daylight is that it's always like the sun, it spreads out. It's like there's a big surface or a big surface where light is coming out from. That's how we're trying to relate, so strong light. Because if you light directly with this light, it's going to cause shadows, strong shadows, But when we have a big surface that the light can come out from, if you don't have to use this, you can use white cloth. You have a white cloth that you spread and you light through that white cloth, you still achieve the same thing.
Yes, I'm on costume, so I'm on set, but we quickly came to explain this Abejoye set. So the place we are shooting is upstairs, the first floor. This is the ground floor, and we need to throw a light from outside. We are shooting in the night, but we are shooting day over there. So we have to throw this longer C-stand, an extension that you can use to shoot upstairs. You can throw the light upstairs, so it has advantage of height. So we are doing this from outside, throwing the light to the palace scene. Thank God for provision. So that's how we're able to bring out our light from outside, despite the fact that the place we are shooting is upstairs. So that's the grace and the logic God has given us. So this is a 600D light aperture placed on a higher extension of C-stand. So it can still go higher than this, but because if we are shooting in maybe second floor, we can still extend it.
Ebolo. Ó délé olóyè ọ̀tún. Ó bá lé.
My name is Akinwumi Akinyombo. I'm the continuity manager for this project. Together with me, we have script supervisor in person of Chuma Chukoloton. As continuity manager, our duty is to look at how the progress of production is going, as in the shooting schedule. You manage it, what we are shooting on set, and number of scenes that have been shot, number of scenes that needed to prepare for. So those are the basic things continuity manager do. And also, continuity manager can also stand as assistant director, can stand in as assistant director, can be assistant director, sorting out the script, the scenes to be shot. So, and other thing is monitoring the costume and makeup of cast. So those are the basic things continuity manager do on location.
We are still on the making of Abejoye. As we can see, this is our own set department. And my name is Johnson Babatola. To the glory of God, I will be an art director of this great project. One of the suitable things of the set design is for you to create your own world, as you understand, because you need to bring something from out of nothing. And at the same time, under the set designing, you must to be creative, you understand? You must to have many things on your head, because you can work as what? In any offices. You can work as a welder, carpenter, and even at times like tailor or something. So now, as we are doing something, let's start. The Lord will help us in the name of Jesus. Let's bring us something now. As you can see now, that curtain is still in one thing. We need to put white underneath. Before you see the curtain, which will help. It will be flat the set, and at the same time, it will enhance the lighting. As a set designer, you need to create room for your lighting. The Lord will help us. So let's move. Let's go on.
I'm Olairaju Toluwa. I'm the lightman on the set of Abejoye. We are lighting the house of Baba Abejoye, and to enhance the picture quality, we are giving Baba a light from outside. That's 500 from outside, lighting his seat here. This is where he's sitting. Then the 600 is outside here, lightening the people that will sit down here. And we are using the facade eye to enhance the picture, just to give it a good look. And there's a gobo here. Why this is called a gobo is, though it's not good presently, this is a gobo. It's like a design of a window. So it gives us different shape, the shape of a window, showing the light coming from outside into the room. You know, sometimes when you leave the windows open, you see the reflection of the sun coming into your room. That's exactly what we are showing here, showing the light of the sun coming into the room. So that's why we call it gobo, showing us the sign of the window, the sign of the burglaries on the window.
Hi everyone, my name is Interrogation Emla and we are on the set of Abejoye season 8. So here we are setting up for the house of Abejoye. That's Oloyola Yuto himself. And as you can see, with the camera on a track and dolly, and I've just done a movement shot now. So basically what we do as cinematographers on set is to, execute the vision of the director on set with our beautiful cinematography work, which is to mainly tell a story. It's not just about, picking angles anyhow or just moving your camera. There must be a motivation behind it.
Okay, I'm Tobi Olumuyiwa, by God's grace, one of the camera operators for the ongoing movie Abejoye. So we are using the track and dolly with the camera on it for these shots because we are introducing the scene, we are introducing Baba coming in, then we are traveling from this point A to the point B. So there will be movement from here. So as Daddy is moving, the camera too moves. So we'll be playing with the focus. We'll be focusing, transferring focus from this point A to point B, and as we are working with focus, the camera is also moving, introducing the sets, everything we have. So this shot covers everywhere, but instead of it being static and boring, the movement will make it engaging, and we'll see some other properties on the set.
And this is Sony FX30, one of the very good camera that we have around now. It gives a very good feel. With a very good grader, you achieve a very good cinematic feel with your film. And currently, because on this set, you can move around. On this set, we are trying to establish the living room of Abejoye. So that's why we decided to go for this lens, which is 14mm. It's a wide angle lens, so that we'll be able to establish the whole set, to create the right emotion and everything that is needed.
So that's just it. So this is called the tripod camera, dolly and track. That's it. Welcome to camera department. Are you happy? So yes, we are shooting. We have 3 tripods here. That is meaning we are shooting with 3 cameras, 2 Sony FX30 cameras. This is Cam 1, right? Yes. Cam 2 is in the bag, and the Cam 3 is the Blackmagic 6K Pro. So we'll be shooting with 3 cameras, probably one taking medium, one taking the officer that will be sitting here, and another one will be here to do this. And the purpose of shooting with 3 cameras is not to stress our cast and to make the actions sink into themselves. You watch some movies, you'll be like, what this person did in wide, the same thing the person did in close. So this is one of the things leading to the advantage. So we do everything and we just shoot one time and we say it's a wrap. And are you not taking close? We have already taken it. So this is a monitor that the director will use. It can be placed outside where we are shooting. So they'll see from, it has 4 inputs, but for now we are using just an input. So they'll be seeing what the camera is saying. It's connected by Wi-Fi. It can be connected by cable, but because we don't have a long cable to get here, so we connect it by Wi-Fi through a Holy Land transmitter. So the transmitter is connected, yes. The transmitter is connected to the camera. The receiver is connected to the monitor. So once we send it, they'll be able to view from wherever they are, determined by distance, and they'll be seeing what we are doing. So this is just to make things easy. The director does not need to be coming to set to say this. He sees, in fact, the director sees clearer than the director of photography because he's seen with a larger screen, but our own screen is smaller. It's smaller. It's just something like this. It's just something like this. So the director can see what the viewers will see in advance.
Yes, thank God. Yeah, this is the interrogation room. It's one of the police office, but this is interrogating department. Although as you can see, this is a living room. We just converted it to the interrogation room. So as you can see, we have many files here. That's the logo of this police station and this police commission. We did our own logo, we did our own uniform, and we constructed our own wall. As you can see, we did many things because we have to have space. We need to give space on our set, and we need to distinguish the actor from the set, and at the same time, we must also create room for light.
I'm Dare Norman, Norman Creative Effects. Now, he's taking the role of inspector, officer, and you know, as a makeup artist, you need to understand your character, everything. So normally we need to shave his hair too, but you know, because of Daddy said we should only, you know, do as in we should only shave the beards. As an officer, if you want to act the role of officer, normally we load the hair and skin the beards. But now let's go. Let's go.
Jesus is Lord. Amen. Jesus. Ah. Sorry, bro. Ah.
Kéèsì yìí ti di méjì báyìí o. Ọmọ olóyè tí bàbá yín yìnbọn pa àti ọ̀gá másámásá tí èso ọ̀dà aláàbọ̀ ara.
All right, this is day 5 of Abejoye set, and on this set we are filming an armed robbery setup. They are setting up an armed robbery gang-up plan setup they are setting up for a major armed robbery. Anyway, so it can't be like a normal light setup, of course. And so the idea is to use one light setup. I just want to use one light setup, and that is that light there is one of the brightest key lights. So that key light is going to be our backlight, it's going to be our background light, it's going to be everything. Just one light setup. The light I'm going to be showing the light in a bit. So the light is there, strong light coming inside, creating a ray, you know. Then we lit this place just to give the background a practical kind of light there. Just to give a background, just to illuminate this place. They are going to put a fluorescent here on top of this bed just to illuminate that place a bit. This is a track, camera will be moved because camera is about motion picture. So the camera will be moving slowly as they are planning their robbery scene. The camera will be gliding through them slowly, you know. All right, so let me just show you the big, strong lights. Follow me. These are wonderful brothers who are looking so scary. I don't know.
Don't have to be scared.
All right, God bless you guys.
Amen.
God bless you, sir. All right, so these are, this is the lights. It's called the Aperture 600. We put the Fresnel on top. This is called the Fresnel. This round thing. We spot it, you know. So basically that's it. What is giving the light definition is the fog machine. When we fog the room and we allow the fog to reduce, it becomes like haze. So that haze is what gives that definition to the light. It kind of captures the light in a better way. So that's why people like using haze machines sometimes in films, just to give light definition. This is a dream setup of Abejoye that we're trying to shoot. The supernatural dream, we're trying to depict something mystical, something supernatural that happened to Abejoye in his dream. He waking up and seeing an angel, you watch the film, you understand. And how do we light that setup is we have a key light from outside here, pointing straight. We have another light, a strong light from outside, they're just giving a general feel. Then we have this light here serving as our field light. So we have two major lights. This one is like serving as the key and the backlight at the same time. That is why there's a strong light coming in that was like the backlight for Abejoye and also the key light for Abejoye from the side. You know, we mentioned three major types of lights: key, field, and back. So in other words, in filming, you can be very, very creative with your choice. You don't have to stick to the books and say you must have backlight, field light, key light. You know, so one light can be everything. This light is our key and our back at the same time, and this is like a field. This is also a field here. All right. So what we did for this light, that we spotted the light so that we can have that ray, strong ray. But what will actually bring out that ray, that foggy ray, that hazy ray, is the fog machine that added the magic to the scene, you know. And we now reduced the white balance because the same white balance can also be used for day. With this same setup, it can also achieve daylight. This same setup can also achieve night. But what we did, the difference was the temperature, the white balance, the Kelvin that we reduced to 2,500 Kelvin. So it gave us this cold temperature. And that was what we were able to shoot and achieve that scene.
My name is Victoria K. Emla. I'm one of the camera operators on this set. We are on the set of Abejoye. And as it has been explained that this same light setting can be used for day shoots and night shoots, by tweaking the white balance. Okay, so we are using Sony FX30 on this set. We are using three major cameras actually, but this is Sony FX30. And to achieve the feel that we're talking about for a night scene, come to the menu. And here on the menu, you see all of these things that we have on our screen. We have we are shooting 24 frame rate per second and 148 shutter speed. The ISO is in 200 and we are shooting S-Log 709. So of course, what we are talking about is actually the white balance. Our white balance is in 2,500 Kelvin, because that was what we just shot with. But if you want to change the white balance, you just have to click here. So we have them here. This is our 2,500 Kelvin. Now you click on it again, then you give us this option. Now this arrow we're supposed to have one up and one down, but our white balance is already set to the lowest cold field, and that is why we are not having that. But now you can only go up because we are the lowest. So now if we want to shoot a day scene, we can either go to 4,000 or 4,800 depending on what we are looking at. So now to twerk it, this is it. If you go to the highest here too, you see that the down arrow will not be there again. So this is where we are having our warm, but we don't really get here except for a special kind of feel. So now, but let me now come down to what we shot. We can see how warm this is. This is 2,500 Kelvin, and this is how we achieve our night scene for this particular scene of Abejoye.
All right, so this is a night shoot. We are showing nighttime in this particular set. So our way of expressing it in visuals is to use, this is a Falcon eye light. So we are using a tungsten fill, Same thing with the other one, tungsten fill. So that light there, the house light will be switched off before we start shooting, so that you can also see the tungsten fill we have there. And we have some practical light. We have this side lamp, so for it to glow well, we also have a tungsten fill here that will stay here and will be at the side of. So the same thing applies to that, this lamp here. It also has, it's called MC light, multicolor light is inside it. When we put it on, you see the tungsten fill. So just to show that we are in the night. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 practical lights on these lights. Then a light is giving us tungsten from outside. So you can see, and it's showing a gobo feel on the wall. Show them the wall. So you can see that window ray light on the wall. So the light is coming from outside. And then we are going to achieve our night atmosphere. We are going to convince our audience that we are shooting in the night. So with this choice of color temperature expressed in our light. Thank you very much.
Iṣẹ́ òru ni ó dùn, kódà gbogbo nǹkan sí. Ní ìlà tó bá ń pàdé lóṣogbo, nílé kọmíṣánná lóṣogbo ní ẹkúnṣe olúwa. Alàgbàjẹrẹ wọ́n yà.
So actually, in a nutshell, this trigger is acting as trigger in this Abejoye season 8, and just decided to give him another look. This is a slaughter. I want like making his hair like that of the house, you know. I mean, kind of braided hair. So by the time I finish, we'll see. His hair is not so much, but we have to allow this to make the hair come out fine. Then later, we'll try to dye it so that it's come out very black, and then we'll give it shape. One thing I want to do, another improvisation I want to do is that he doesn't want us to cut his hair, so we don't have choice. Here, we'll use this gel, we'll gel it down so that it will look as if we cut the hair, so that everything will come out fine at the end of the day. Thank you. Love you.
This is day 9 of Abejoye set, and we're shooting the prison scene. Now, in filmmaking, that sometimes you want to shoot in a setup, and it's quite impossible to shoot in those setups. Like, for example, prison scene or court, some other setups like that. And it requires that you just have to build there so that your artistic imagination will come to pass. What you actually envision will come to pass. There is no police station in Nigeria today that will allow you to shoot in their police station or in their prison. And so that's why you need the help of set designers to shoot those prison scenes. Now, if you notice this setup, it's very familiar. This was where we shot the abattoir prison scenes. You know, this is the work of our set designer. And it was done that helped us because this is not a war anyway, this is like a material, like a cloth. It's like a material cloth. So this is what GFL is all about, so that I can learn from it. This is not a wall, this is just like a material, you know. And so we built this setup in this hall, you know, in this mini studio, like a warehouse, to help us with it. So we want to show you the setup we want to use for the Abejoye prison scene, all right? This is not a wall again. This is just a cloth material that was used like a wall because we can't afford a wall. This was where we did the cut. If you notice the cut scene in Abattoir, it was here that we shot the cut scene in Abattoir. Anyway, we've already packed everything away, so it's no more there again. Now, this is a quick testimony about the cut scene. For the cut scene, we registered for a cut, we wanted to use a real cut, and the cut people, they didn't allow us to shoot. They said, no more cut shoots in the court room, and that was like a big, this was like 2 days location, and they've already promised us to use the court. Later they just stopped and said we're not using the court again, and so we felt so pressured and we didn't know what to do, and God gave us the grace and the strength, and we're able to build our own court scene. So the court scene saw in Abattoir was actually a setup, was built, and this was where it was built. This was, if you notice the chair, that's one of the chairs that was used, and some of the props are around. Anyway, this is our prison scene, this is our prison setup here. All right, so this the plan. Brother Wale, okay, Stamla, come. Stamla is a DP, yeah. So this is the plan for the prison setup. Abejoye is going to be waking up. He had a dream, then he wakes up from the dream, and that's what the script says. He wakes up, then a police officer is calling his attention. So this is what I want to do. This is what how I want to plot it. Abejoye will be seated here, all right? So camera will come from here. Now that's Sister Hemla giving us the shot already. Camera comes from here, all right? He's sleeping, then he wakes up to a door knock. So camera racks from Abejoye sleeping. When I mean rack, that means changes focus from Abejoye sleeping, sitting on the chair sleeping, and once the tap comes up, he opens his eyes, then he just sees the police officer here, already standing, okay? Knocking the gate, already standing. So the camera will be here, it's rack focus from Abejoye. That means change focus from Abejoye to the police officer. So here, what we're going to do is that we're going to light with the Falcon High over Abejoye's head, the tungsten field. I'm going to give this place a tungsten field. Another tungsten field will be there. So where the police officer will be standing is going to be here. All right, under the lights coming from here. This is, we put a light here, we put something here to expose the police officer. Now, look at this. This is work for another set designer. This is just cardboard, but it looks good and it tells the story. So it's going to be here. Then a strong light, 500 will be somewhere there, lighting, giving us a backlight. All right, so we have a backlight, we have a key or a key light here, a backlight there, a key light here. Light that will be lit here, we put a light here that will light the police officer. Then the back light is going to come and strike the back of the police officer's head. Then the Falcon Eye will be over the head of Abejoye, lighting Abejoye, and the camera will come from there. So we've already structured the shot in our minds, and what we're waiting for now is the editor to call action. As a DP, one of your responsibilities is how to see how can I make the work easier for my director. That should be your call. A DP should be thinking, should be on his feet thinking, how can I make this illustration? Because in the script just written, police officer wakes up Abejoye, that's all. But your DP, as a DP, you should think, what are the cinematic values that I can add to this scene to give it a top notch, to give it that top notch? Because the director may not see all these things, but as a DP, it's a responsibility to bring out the cinematic values in it. All right, so the cinematic value is the fact that I decided that instead of Abejoye just sitting down, he's sitting here resting his head, camera was focused on him, then we change focus to the police officer standing here, waking him up with a stick. Thank you very much. God bless you. And you'll see the result very soon. This is the intro shot of Abejoye. We're trying to capture him in the prison. So it doesn't make sense establish that somebody's in prison and we are taking it from inside. So it has to be from outside to the prison. That's how we tell the story better. So that's why we have to come out and track him. It gives us a better depiction of Abejoye's status. All right, let's go now. Roll it. I think it's good to come from there. So we drive from there, then come in here. from this padlock. We start from this padlock. Rack from this padlock to Abejoye's face. So that already tells the story that it's locked up. So look at how it looks like in the final. Roll it and silence, please.
Shot, 2 take, 2 single cam.
And action. Wonderful people, it's been a great ride. It's been a wonderful experience. Today is the last day of Abejoye Season 8, the last day of the filming of Abejoye Season 8, and we've wrapped up and we are packing up to go to our base to rest for the day. And it's been thrilling, it's been awesome, it's been amazing, and it's been wonderful. We've experienced God's hand on set, and we've experienced His grace. One thing I just want to say about filmmaking is that it's about giving, I said it before on the Zion culture, giving God your best, you know, your best, just putting your best in everything. It doesn't have to be the best. You don't have to have the best camera, best lighting, best this, best that. You know, I was talking to the daddies, one of the Daddy Isaac actually, today, and our set designer, Mr. Johnson Babatola, that's Pastor Niger. And he said something, he said in Abejoye Season 2, the lights we were using at the time was a sun gun light. A sun gun was all those lights that event videographers use, that they hang on their camera, and they just, you know, the small light that they hang on the camera and they just use around. That was what we used for Abejoye Season 2, and it still made so much impact. And the texture we got, the look, the feel of Abejoye is still the same feel we are using now, even though we are using more expensive lights and more professional lights. You know, like, so it doesn't really reduce the quality. I personally can tell, and I know, because I know the investment we've put into light. But if you're looking at it from a normal standpoint, you will see that it's just the same. What is that telling us? That the gadget doesn't matter. What matters is the heart that you pour into the production. It starts from the heart, it starts from the vision that you can see. And it's from that vision that you pour out, you know, the creativity flows out, the wisdom flows out. So I just want to encourage you out there that go out and make great movies for God. Let God inspire you with divine creativity, with creative ideas, with creative light setups that will inspire you. Then be confident and be bold to break rules. You know, if you notice our lighting, we didn't actually at a point respect the rules of lighting. What I mean is that key light, fill light must be here, key light must be there, backlight must be there. You don't have to follow the rules exactly. You can actually go out and actually break the rules for as long as it's achieving, or for as long as the light is telling the story, for as long as the camera angle is telling your story. Make mistakes, because as you're making mistakes, you will learn, you know, and as you're learning, you're becoming a better person. So go out there and be confident to make mistakes. Don't be afraid to press the record button. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, and don't be afraid to shoot those great movies for Jesus, because it's going to take you to a greater height. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you for attending our workshop, and thank you for being a part of this class. From Mount Zion Film Academy, from Mount Zion, I want to appreciate Mount Zion for giving us this opportunity. I want to appreciate our cameraman, Daniel Esley, for taking us on the ride, for being the driver, you know, the cameraman driving us on the ride through Abejoye set. We say we love you, and we say we appreciate you. God bless you.